The walk back is silent, not the tense silence of secrets and fear. Not tonight. This silence is different. It's the silence of relief that hasn't quite settled, the kind that fills the lungs like steam after a storm. You walk a few paces behind Severus at first, watching his shoulders, the slow tension leaving them as the forest no longer presses in. The spiders are gone. Gone. Their threads still linger between the trees like fading ghosts. But they do not pull. They do not twitch. The forest feels lighter, not empty, just uncurled. He slows his steps, glancing back at you. You catch up. For a while you just walk side by side, your boots soft in the moss, your body still taut with the memory of fear. But when you look at him again, really look, you see something you hadn't seen in days. Ease. Is it really over? You ask, voice hushed, almost unwilling to break the spell. For now, Severus says, his tone neutral but not cold. It won't last. It never does. You want to argue with that. You want to say, let this moment last, just this one. But he's not wrong. Still, you whisper, but it's ours. For now. He glances at you sideways. And then, quietly, almost too quietly to catch, he says, yes. The walk feels shorter than before, as if the forest no longer stretches to trap your feet. You recognize familiar trees, stones, the curve of the hill near the edge of the wards. You're almost at the castle when he finally speaks again. I thought I'd have to fight for your safety, he murmurs, as though still half in the forest. I prepared for it. I was ready to use fire, barriers, everything I had. You glance at him, feeling the chill creep into your skin. You didn't have to, you say, but you would have. I still will, he says quietly, if I must. You don't answer, not with words. You reach for his hand. He lets you take it. The stone walls of Hogwarts come into view. Warm light flickers in a few windows above the grounds. You can already hear the distant bell chime midnight. You'll need to part soon. Pretend again, mask again, walk away again. But for now, you're walking together. No webs, no watchers, no threat curling its legs beneath the trees. Just breath. You don't go back to your dormitory. You should, but neither of you says it. Neither of you wants to break the fragile, warm thread that still links your hands together as you pass through the castle's darkened halls. He doesn't lead you straight to the dungeons. Instead, you take the long way. Through the library corridors, past forgotten classrooms, down the back stairwells students rarely use. Your footfalls are soft. Yours echo just slightly behind his. Every few moments, your fingers brush again, and each time, it anchors you. He opens the door to his chambers without a word, steps aside, and lets you in first. The fire is low. He lights the rest of the sconces with a flick of his wand, casting the room in golden warmth. The walls are lined with ancient books and softly glowing vials. Everything smells of parchment, cedarwood, and something that's become him to you, spice and dark soap and something faintly green. You turn to him. His black eyes find yours in the firelight, and for once there's no tension in them, no fear, no calculation, just you. He steps toward you slowly, raising one hand to touch the side of your face, brushing damp hair behind your ear. His fingers linger against your skin. You lean into the touch without hesitation. You're trembling, he says quietly. I've been holding it in, you whisper. Don't. The word is soft, almost a plea, and when he kisses you, it is without urgency, without demand, just longing. It's the kind of kiss that steadies you, unwinds you. His hands cradle your face like you're something rare, precious. You feel him pull you in closer, and you go willingly, your hands sliding beneath the folds of his cloak, fingers curling against the heat of his chest. You feel the tight breath he takes when your lips part again. I couldn't breathe while you were in that forest, you whisper against his throat. His arms close around you, holding you tighter. You can breathe now, he says. And you do. Is this the end, then? You ask, meeting his gaze. He looks at you. End of what? The spiders? The lake? Or are you asking about us? Everything, you reply simply. The spiders will be back next year. Your lake is off limits, and I'm sure we are not done with one another. Unless you want it to end. He seems hurt as he asks the question. You shake your head. You didn't want it to end. But summer starts in a few days. I won't see you all summer. You whine. Why not? He asks, simply looking over at you. You smile. He had a plan. He smirks back at you. Off to bed with you, it's late. You comply, glancing back at him. See you in the summer. Expect a notice of summer school, he calls after her smirking, as he looks through some letters on his desk. But sir, my grades aren't. You pause as he holds his hand up to stop you. Are you arguing with my methods of getting you alone and all to myself this summer? He asked, raising an eyebrow to her as if daring her to challenge him. You blush and smile, shaking your head in understanding now. No, Professor, I'm not. Run along then, he said, returning to his letters, a smirk still visible on his face. She smiles and turns to close the door. It seems it would be a very long summer indeed.